Polokwane City have sealed their return to top-flight football after 3 seasons in the first division. Rise and Shine produced a spirited performance to beat Pretoria Callies 4-0 at the Peter Mokaba Stadium, securing crucial points that saw them finish the season at the top of the Motsepe Foundation Championship standings. Coming into the final day matches, 3 teams had the mathematical chance of claiming the automatic promotion in Cape Town Spurs, Kazrick Stars and Polokwane City. However, with Spurs and Stars falling in their matches against the University of Pretoria and All Stars respectively, Polokwane pounced on the chance to leapfrog the 2 challengers to the summit and secure their return to top flight after 3 seasons in the first division. Now, City finished equal on 57 points with Spurs, but with a better goal difference, while Kazrick Stars ended the campaign on 56 points. Spurs and Kazrick will now compete in the playoffs. Now, to talk to us and reflect on the Motsepe Foundation Championship season and the last day drama, we are joined by Soccer Laduma Journalist Tshepang Mailwane. Tshepang, thank you so much for coming through to talk to us. And I guess as football fans, we love the final day drama, don't we?
Yeah, good evening, Gwen, and good evening to listeners. We definitely love the final day drama, and I think what made this one special is that there were 3 teams with a mathematical chance of winning automatic promotion. And what more do you want when you have 3 teams battling it out? Because that means that our attention is so divided. You're watching Cape Town Spurs versus Tuks. You're watching All Stars versus Kazrick, Polokwane City versus Callies. So it was the perfect way to end the season for those who obviously are the what do you call it? Yeah, basically anyone you're not supporting, basically any team.
For the neutrals, yeah.
Yes, the neutral. That's the word I'm looking for.
But it was there for Cape Town Spurs. It was there for them for the taking. They were top of the league. They just needed to win their match. That's all they needed to do.
Yeah, it's so sad for them. You know, going into this final day, Gwen, I honestly thought there's no way that Cape Town Spurs are going to blow this one. I felt that because they were playing at home, Athlone, their fans are going to come out. I felt that they were also playing against a Tuks side that has been struggling this season. Tuks have been on and off. I think before this game they had one game in their last 5. I stand to be corrected, but it was an inconsistent Tuks side, and I felt, okay, Spurs might be too strong for them considering last weekend they had won their game to take them top of the table. But it wasn't to be. And it reminds me of 2019, 2020 when they had an opportunity to win automatic promotion, but Swallows won it. It reminds me back when they were in the PSL as Ajax Cape Town even on the final day of the season of 2010-2011 when Pirates stole it there at the death with an Isaac Chansa goal, which sealed the treble for Pirates, and Ajax just sort of blew it. They choked on the final day. I think they would probably be on I blew it quite a few times. So they maybe it was the pressure as well of playing at home in front of so many fans, the expectations. But you'd expect guys like Clayton Daniels, your Nazir Ali's, Michael Mortons, these guys are experienced. You'd expect them to get the team through.
Let's look at Polokwane City. I mean, 3 seasons down in the first division. They somehow made it look easy, 4-0, and I mean, before we even get into the game, already Kwanele Kopo is already talking about there could be some shenanigans here. Is it maybe sour grapes that he lost 4-0, or could he have a chance? Because it was, 4-0 first half?
Yeah, look, and to be honest, of the 3 teams, I felt that Polokwane City were not going to make it. But I mean, football can surprise you, and as it did today, because Polokwane City earlier in the season, they were the ones looking like they would cruise to promotion. I remember they were top for quite a few weeks or months, and the results in recent times maybe were not going in their favor, and they dropped down to 3rd place. And going into this final day of the campaign, they had the least chance of winning automatic promotion. But like you say, strange for me. I think the performance of Pretoria Callies, I don't know, maybe because there was no chance of getting relegated or chance of them finishing in one of the playoff spots. I felt that they basically just gave the game to Polokwane City. The way they performed, and even the goals that were conceded. I mean, you look at the way the goalkeeper had come off his line. I think it was for the second goal that Polokwane City scored. Even the first goal, the goalkeeper was not quite convincing. So I think maybe Kwanele Kopa as well would probably want to have a look at his players and ask them, guys, did you go out there and really give your all and to make this final day even more interesting? It was really not convincing from Pretoria Callies, but Polokwane City will take it.
Well, I mean, we can't take anything away from Polokwane City. If you come up against a team that's not willing to play, you pounce on them and hope that things go your way. And that's exactly what happened, because Polokwane City needed to win and hope that Kazrick and Cape Town Spurs drop points. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, true. I mean, they had to come out and just get the 3 points and wait to see what happens elsewhere. And in this case, it worked out in their favor. The two teams above them registered draws, and then they got the job done, which is what they had to do. They got the 3 points, and look where it puts them. It puts them in a great situation, because one, you win promotion now, automatic promotion. You get to rest like everyone else. Whereas the teams now going into the playoffs, there's no guarantee of winning promotion. And even if they do win promotion, that means that they finish the season later than other teams. You might have to come back quicker to start preparing for the new season. At the time, signing new players, maybe you can't sign any new players now because those players are not sure if you're going to win promotion or not. So it's more ideal for Polokwane City, whereas Cape Town Spurs and Kazrick Stars, it's all about a waiting game and seeing if you'll be able to win promotion via the playoffs. And then it's only then in June that you can start looking ahead to the new season. So it's not always ideal for the teams that, have to do it via the playoffs.
I mean, let's touch on that also. As you say, the playoffs have more often favored the teams that get relegated, or at least given a second chance from the Premiership side. I mean, look at the 4 teams that could still get relegated. These are tough teams. I mean, you've got a Marumo, you've got a Maritzburg, you've got a Chipa. These are teams that know what it's like to struggle down there. And I mean, to a certain extent also, one can even throw in Richards Bay there, can still get relegated.
True. Gwenna, these playoffs have favored, maybe not favored, but they've been dominated by the top flight club. I think the last time there was a team from the first division qualifying or winning promotion via the playoffs was in 2017. Since then, the team in the top flight has been winning promotion, whether it's Swallows, Chipa. I remember Boroko at one point, even Polokwane City themselves some years ago. I think it was Bubi Solomons who was in charge. And they stayed in the top flight via the playoffs. So it tells you that the teams in the top flight are the ones who are dominating it. And now your Cape Town Spurs and your Kazrick probably are worried that, hey, is it going to happen the same way again this season? Which is why I say Cape Town Spurs really shot themselves in the foot, because having to go via the playoffs for me is not great. And now we just have to wait to see who's going to get that spot in the top flight. Your Marumo Gallants, Chipa United, Maritzburg themselves, if they beat Sundowns, because I think they play on Tuesday. So it's going to be an interesting one. But I personally would like a Marumo to survive. And it's based on what they've done in the CAF Confed Cup. They've been on an amazing journey, and it sort of inspired them to collect points, because at one stage it looked like they were dead and buried and they might not survive and go down automatically. But they've really fought and shown that they've got true character in that team.
And I mean, it's evenly poised right there at the bottom. All the bottom 3 teams on 29 points. So as much as the league title is already done and there's talk about second position for Champions League, I think the real drama on the final day will be as to who gets relegated. I mean, 29 points, they will be going out there hammer and tongs.
Yeah, true. It's always nice when there's something to look forward to on the final day of the season. Just like as was the case now in the Motsepe Foundation Championship, we still have something to look forward to in the DStv Premiership. And you wonder if the players of these teams are ready for that battle, because sometimes you need to be mentally prepared. Maritzburg, I mean, I thought that, they might not survive against Stellenbosch, but they showed that they still have some fighting spirit in them. But they've got a tough one against Sundowns, their last game of the season, because Sundowns still have a chance of obviously breaking that 71-point record. So it puts Maritzburg in a very difficult situation. Chipa have been blowing hot and cold this season. I remember when Morgan Mamila was in charge, at some point they had collected points, and I think they'd even moved up into the top 8. But because of the points difference in the league, it's very easy to drop down into the bottom half if you drop points. So great games to look forward to on the final day of the season, and I'm sure it will have a lot of people on the edge of their seats, because it's big money that you lose when you get relegated.
Oh, no, absolutely. And just finally then, Tshepang, looking at Polokwane City and their promotion, they know what it's like to be in the Premiership. But looking at the current squad, do you feel that they'll be able to, I guess, play with the big boys, as it were?
I mean, it's possible, because sometimes you don't have to get too excited and then sign everyone who's available. I mean, we've seen it happen to a team like Highlands Park. They came here, they signed your Mbesumas, your Tanduise Kubonis, Franklin Kales, and it just didn't work out for them, and they got relegated. So Polokwane City, I think they need to use the time that they have now, sit down, prepare for next season. You have some experience in the team in Yompo Makola, Lucky Baloy, Buleng Tolani's changed his surname now. These are guys who have played in the PSL and know what it takes. And maybe just add a few guys here and there in crucial positions, especially your central defense, central midfield, maybe goalkeeping department, a lethal striker, and maybe they'll survive. I think for them, it's just making sure that they survive the first season. But I don't think that they should get too excited and try to sign everyone. There's a lot of free agents at the moment in the PSL, so they need to box smart in the transfer market. And
one wonders if they'll be keeping the coach or not, but that's a question that we'll have to wait and see. Tshepang, let's leave it there. Thank you so much for making time to speak to us. Appreciate it.